And for the next half hour, I'll be reading from the April 9th issue of the River Rock Times and the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Shields is named Buffalo Police Commissioner. Mayor Sean Ryan announced April 6th the appointment of Erica Shields as Commissioner of the Buffalo Police Department following a months-long national search. Shields is expected to assume the role in May, pending confirmation by the Buffalo Common Council. Erica Shields is a proven leader with decades of experience guiding large departments through complex challenges, Mayor Ryan said. Her track record of reducing violent crime, getting illegal guns off the streets, and using data and technology to drive smarter policing aligns with our vision for a safer Buffalo. Just as importantly, she understands that building trust, investing in officers, and engaging the community are essential to achieving lasting public safety. Shields would be the first woman to hold post if confirmed. I am honored to have the opportunity to serve the city of Buffalo, Shields said. Public safety requires a holistic approach grounded in accountability, strong partnerships, and a commitment to doing the job the right way. That means supporting the men and women of the department while building trust through transparency and consistent engagement with the community. I look forward to working with the officers and residents across Buffalo to create a safer city for everyone. Shields previously served as chief of police in both Louisville and Atlanta, where she led major departments through periods of reform and operational change. The Ryan administration framed her career as one that has been highlighted by reductions in violent crime, improvements in officer recruitment and retention, and a focus on transparency, accountability, and intelligence-led policing. She has also worked closely with labor partners to support officer wellness while strengthening youth outreach and community trust. Northwest Buffalo Community Center annual meeting set. The Northwest Buffalo Community Center Incorporated 2026 annual corporate business meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 20th at 5:30 p.m. at the center, 155 Lawn Avenue, Buffalo. Members of the Board of Directors for the 2026-2027 program year will be elected at this meeting. All persons are encouraged to attend, serve as corporate members, and serve as members of the Board of Directors regardless of age, sex, race, color, religion, national origin, family status, or handicap status. The Northwest Community Center Incorporated is an equal opportunity human services provider. All community residents and other interested individuals are welcome to attend. Quinn Minute. Have people improved by Rex Quinn? Have people evolved much? We humans possess remarkable powers. We can walk, run, swim, and even fly if we're holding a boarding pass. Other creatures aren't so adaptable. Fish can swim, but walk poorly. Birds can fly, but often misjudge altitude and end up as hood ornaments. Some snakes can squeeze you to death, but who wants an affectionate reptile? Bears possess power, but hibernate all winter and miss some great parties. Rabbits multiply quickly, but can't understand other math. Anomads divide but separate their better halves. Beavers build consistently but live a damn hard life. Wild pigs are unpredictable and can bore you senseless. Turtles appear gentle but really come out of their shells. However, animals can learn by trial and error. Scientists discover that many beasts can master complicated tricks if rewarded with food. I also love to be rewarded with food and have personally mastered many complicated recipes. Over the centuries, folks have survived with intellect, ingenuity, and improvisation. And when concerned, unlike animals, some folks can talk their way out of trouble. That's a skill I have not yet mastered. We have fairy tales been so popular for so many years. Why do we remember them? Order Rick's Easy on the subject. Search the fairy tale writing secret Quinn's Briefings on Amazon.com. Rotary plans Shred It event. The Rotary of Kenmore Shred It fundraiser is set for Saturday, April 18th, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Kenton Elmwood Commons, 3200 Elmwood Avenue, Kenmore. The Rotary Club of Kenmore Shred It fundraiser is an opportunity to safely get rid of old, outdated personal or business paperwork and help support the community. Suggested donation will be $10 per file box. All proceeds benefit local charities through Kenmore Rotary Charities. The Kenmore Rotary Club meets every Monday at noon for lunch at the Grill at the Dome. Buffalo Briefs. City sets training dates for summer lifeguards. The City of Buffalo announced April 6th that additional sessions for lifeguard certification training are scheduled. The new dates are April 18, 19, 25, 26, and May 2nd. The city has increased its efforts to hire lifeguards for the city's swimming pools this summer. Both experienced lifeguards and those interested in becoming certified for the first time are welcome to apply. City of Buffalo lifeguards earn $20 per hour, while supervising lifeguards earn $22 per hour. For Buffalo residents ages 16 to 21, lifeguard certification training is free. Trainings will take place from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Connors Kate Harity Memorial Pool, Cazenovia Park Pool at 626 Abbott Road. Additional information, registration details for certificate classes, and how to apply is available at www.buffalony.gov/lifeguard. Groundbreaking set for $29.3 million project. Buffalo Sewer Authority and city, state, and community officials will break ground on a $29.3 million project that will reduce combined sewer flows across Buffalo's west side. The project is part of the $1 billion Queen City Cleanup Waters Initiative. During construction, which starts on April 13th, residents can expect to see construction equipment in the road and new traffic patterns in place, including partial or full road closures, sidewalk closures, limited street parking, and possible detours. Sisters of Faith to host community meat raffle at Knox Church. The Sisters of Faith group at Knox Evangelical Presbyterian Church, 2595 Kenmore Avenue, Kenmore, announced a high-stakes meat raffle on Saturday, April 18th, 2026. Organizers say this community event promises an afternoon of fun, food, and a chance to win premium cuts of meat provided by Market in the Square. Doors open at 2 p.m. with the first poll at 3 p.m. Please enter through the Hamilton Street entrance. Tickets are $15 pre-sale, $20 at the door, table of 8, $100. Each ticket includes a complimentary meal of a hot dog or a slice of pizza and a soda. While guests are encouraged to bring their own snacks to enjoy at their tables, no alcohol is allowed on the premises. The main event will feature 15 to 18 rounds of raffles with individual round tickets ranging from $1 to $5. Participants are strongly encouraged to bring your own singles to ensure they are ready for every poll. In addition to the main meat raffle, there will be basket raffles featuring local goods, a 50-50 split for a chance at a cash prize, plus a gift card raffle. New York retail energy price 43rd least affordable by Christian Smith, the Center Square. Residents of the Empire State pay more for electricity than 42 other states, according to the Energy Affordability 2026 report from the American Legislative Exchange Council. ALEC released its analysis on Wednesday. North Dakota and Louisiana were the leaders in the review of electricity prices and energy affordability indicators as measured for each of the 50 states. The higher the ranking, the cheaper the cost for consumers. The report uses the most recent information available for consistency. This means electricity price data is from 2024 and gasoline and diesel fuel prices from 2025. Additionally, for context, the United States and Israel launched military strikes against Iran on February 28th, and the prices of fuel have climbed since. Global energy infrastructure has been impacted by the action and the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. ALEC says New York maintains some of the highest electricity costs in the nation. The state generates electricity primarily through natural gas, hydroelectric, and nuclear power, with smaller contributions from wind and solar. As a net importer of electricity, it relies on regional markets to supplement internal production, contributing to high costs. ALEC suggests the state create clear statutory priorities focused on affordability, reliability, and domestic production could further enhance long-term energy stability and economic competitiveness. The report says the average retail price in cents per kilowatt hour is 19.66. The total retail sales in megawatt hours are 140.5 million. Natural gas 48%, nuclear 21%, wind 5%, solar 2%, and hydroelectric 22% represent the top generation resources. The state has adopted a 100% renewable portfolio standard by 2040. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the River Rock Times and the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Enjoy the Blank Slices at Black Rock Arts through April by Amber Healy. The distance between Buffalo and New York City will be a little shorter the next few weeks as Black Rock Arts on Hamilton Street showcases 3 artists with ties to both. The show, entitled Enjoy the Blank Slices, features work from Calvin Anthony, Robert Harris, and the late Leilani Schumann, artists who wryly explore themes of urban decay and gentrification, social isolation, and the frustrations and joys of merely getting by in the world, and who, each in their own way, offers a modern personification of Balders Fanyar, the roving sidewalk connoisseur. The show, inspired by Robert Harris, an artist who has lived and worked in Buffalo in some capacity for more than 20 years, says Jason Duvall, owner of Black Rock Arts. Robert's work has been shown a lot, and a lot of people in Buffalo who follow what's going on with artists and in the galleries. They know him and they're familiar with his work. One foot in Buffalo, the other in the NYC. Harris started in watercolor and moved to oil paintings. The pieces included in the exhibit are a combination of vibrant colors colliding on a square canvas and other pieces that are mostly white with thick black outlines and pops of bold color in stark contrast. There's definitely a lot of New York City influence in my works, and definitely Buffalo as well, Harris says, a 19-year resident of Buffalo who's worked and studied here for more than 25 years in total. When he visits New York City, he takes the bus, leaving Buffalo at night and arriving in the morning. Just as the sun comes up, his first stop is a coffee shop near Washington Square. He usually sees people he recognizes who recognize him, not unlike running into friends in Buffalo. It's not like the stereotype a lot of people have about New York City as allegedly dangerous. There is a more domestic and intimate feeling I have personally, and not just with the tourist who hangs around Times Square or the Statue of Liberty. Harris met Duvall and his partner and gallery co-owner Dorada Koldazinskak through a mutual friend. When Duvall was working to pull together the next exhibit at Black Rock Arts, he thought about the ties that run through the work of Harris, Anthony, and Schumann. I think Robert's a super interesting guy, Duvall said. I felt like there was a way you could work with that. We talked to other artists in an interesting way, like Calvin Anthony, who's not a Buffalo person at all. There was a parallel spirit behind the take on the urban landscapes and the things Robert paints, like the gas station, the pizza place, and the view from the apartment window. They felt like they belonged together somehow, like they came from the same place in a way. Anthony went by Anthony, never Calvin, because he didn't like his name, Duvall says. Was Brooklyn active in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and created layered prints of photographs. This is an artist making his work, trying to get shows and picked up for work, working with galleries, doing an art installation, which is how I met him, Duvall says of Anthony. I just kind of found the work interesting. We hit it off and kept in touch over the years. I always thought it would be cool to show some of these in a certain context. He hadn't shown in a long time. I don't think these have ever been shown. A silent film showing a bygone era. Schumann, who passed away some years ago and didn't leave her work to anyone, befriended Duvall and Koldazinskak, who found some of her video work at a flea market and in her apartment. She was an artist who didn't shy away from trying different mediums and approaches. On a TV in the corner of the gallery runs a segment of her experimental film, Azamadis Turek, or The Ephemeral Quality of the World Trade Center, a soundless movie edited together a variety of images, including people on a subway in New York in the 1970s, with cityscapes. This is believed to be the first time the work has been displayed, Duvall says. She was interesting. She did all kinds of things. She, like at various times in her life, she painted, she drew, she attempted writing plays and short stories. She wrote poetry, she took pictures with a film camera, and at some point in the early 70s, she messed around with 16 millimeter film and Super 8 film and made short films. He says this is like the most completed one that was in her possession when she died, and it was never really completed. She had all the elements but never put it together, like with the sound in the picture in a way you could project it. And she wanted to do that towards the end of her life, but she ran out of time. Duvall did find a kind of script Schumann wrote for the movie, complete with suggestions for sounds and music to be paired with the footage. I thought it would be interesting to maybe, since we didn't have the audio for this, to show it like a project and have people perform the sound like he says, something you might take place later this year. Enjoy the Blank Slices, taking its name from one of Harris's paintings, including an exhibit. It is up at Black Rock Arts on Saturdays from noon to 4 p.m. through the end of April. More information is available at www.blackrockarts.biz/exhibits/slices. FDA approves drug for Hodgkin lymphoma patients 12 and older. Approved based on clinical trial led by a researcher at UB Roswell Park. The Food and Drug Administration has approved the immune checkpoint inhibitor Nivolumab in combination with chemotherapy for adults and adolescents 12 and older with previously untreated stage looks like classic Hodgkin lymphoma. It's Roman numeral 123/1V. The approval was based on data from a randomized clinical trial published in the New England Journal of Medicine in October 24. Earlier this year, the Journal of Clinical Oncology published a more detailed subset analysis of the adolescent patients in the study, including longer follow-up data that confirmed the excellent results with Nivolumab. The FDA reviewed all of this data in making the determination to approve the drug. Kara M. Kelly, MD, Division Chief of Hematology Oncology in the Department of Pediatrics, Jacobs School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences at the University of Buffalo, and chair of the Roswell Park Golisano Children's Cancer and Blood Disorders Program, was senior author on the publication that focused on adolescents. She is also Waldemar J. Kaminsky Endowed Department Chair of Pediatrics and Professor of Pediatric Oncology at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. Roswell Park was a regional study site through Kelly's leadership role in the clinical trial. Sharon Castellano, MD of the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta and Emory University School of Medicine, was first author. The trial found that teens and adults with advanced stage Hodgkin's lymphoma survive longer without their disease coming back when they receive the immunotherapy Nivolum, brand name Opdivo, instead of the immunotherapy brentuximab vedotin, brand name Adcetris, along with chemotherapy. These results, the authors concluded, support approving the drug for advanced stage Hodgkin's lymphoma and lowering to 12 the minimum age for receiving Nivolum, a checkpoint inhibitor that has been described as releasing the brakes on the immune system. Subsequently, the National Comprehensive Cancer Center guidelines, the international gold standard for treatment recommendations for both adult and pediatric Hodgkin lymphoma, were updated to reflect the newly discovered best practice of combining Nivolum with a chemotherapy combination called AVD for adolescents and adults newly diagnosed with stage 3-4 classic Hodgkin's lymphoma. We are excited about the FDA's decision because it facilitates access to Nivolum for patients 12 and up, says Kelly. Plus, it's the first time that the FDA approved a new drug for Hodgkin lymphoma in pediatric patients at the same time that they approved it for adults. She notes that with cancer drugs, it has historically taken an average of 6 years after approval in adults for a drug to be approved in children. The first annual David Boy Memorial Cleanup was held in Riverside on March 26 to groom Tonawanda Street from Vulcan to Crowley. A good showing of residents came out to pitch and help fill 41 bags of trash, debris, and leaves left behind after the winter. Council member Joe Golombek put in a street sweeper request for the next morning. The trash was gone and the street was cleaned, and everything was ready for the Easter and spring. Ready, set, go. Hundreds of children filled Riverside Park April 4th for the annual Easter egg hunt. The Easter Bunny, Amber Boone, and Council member Joe Golombek were on hand to congratulate the silver egg winner Wyatt H2 and Savannah, who found a gold egg at the Club 49ers egg hunt. You have been listening to a reading of articles and features from the April 9th issue of the Riverside Times. We read from the Riverside Times on Tuesdays at 8:30 a.m. Your reader has been Donald. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. Welcome to another broadcast day in the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service, a private not-for-profit organization. As always, please feel free to contact us with your comments, suggestions, or any questions you may have. Our phone number here is area code 716-821-5555. Our agency website is nfradioreading.org. As I mentioned, feel free to contact us with those comments, suggestions, or questions. They help us, to help you. And stay with us. Arena Buffalo News is coming up next.
The following program is intended for listeners who are blind, have low vision, or another print disability that makes reading